Hi all, I'm Nitesh Goyal and welcome back to our channel ML4 Analytics. In this video, we will be studying about what kind of data are being supported by Azure services or which type of data I can handle in Azure services like structured data, unstructured data, live streaming data and many more. So let's continue with the structured data first. So what do we mean by structured data? Any data which is provided to us in a very organized manner and is ready to integrate with the database, specifically SQL database or MySQL database, you can say. And that data follows a very strict defined schema that is we can say SQL table for us. It has a defined schema provided to the table while creation of the table, and it always follows that schema while adding new data to that. And by schema, why we can get many information like data types. At the lowest level, the data types is the best, like string data or date data, real type data, or bitwise data. And even the relationships between the table can also be justified with the schema. Commonly used um, examples for structured data are like SQL databases or any kind of spreadsheet. And even an Excel spreadsheet is a structured data. So why an Excel spreadsheet is a structured data? So let's understand that with this example. Here we can see we have four columns. The first one is channel name, channel website, then niche of channel, then new post every week. Now these four columns define that what kind of data each column will contain or which information will be there in these columns. And that information is provided corresponding to each row. Like for the first one is channel name is ML4 Analytics, then ml4analytics.com is the channel website, and the first and the niche of the channel is data science and BI. And do we post a new post every week? The answer is yes. And so this is the information which is being saved in every row corresponding to each column. And and depending upon that, each column have a different data type. For example, one can be a varchar type in a database, or varchars of type like 10 or 3 bits or 6 bits for the new post every week. And similarly for the channel name, it can be 16 bit and many more. And we can also justify the relationships between the tables with the help of schema, like whether the table has relationship many to one or one to one or one to many, or all that information is saved within the schema and it is easy to retrieve it from the schema. Now, what are the limitations of the structured data? It has a few limitations, like once for example, if you want to change the schema of the table, considering by now there are millions of rows in that data, then it really becomes cumbersome, and that that operation of changing or modify or updating the schema becomes really costly. For example, if you have 1 million rows of data and 500 columns in that data set, and if you are trying to change or update the schema or data type of 10 columns, then that process might take around 30 minutes or 40 minutes depending upon the DTO of your database. So that's why it is a very costly operation, and it becomes really hard to modify the schema at a later point of time. And secondly, we cannot perform parallel processing with the help of databases, so it is not good for big data analysis, I would say. Also, there is the biggest limitation is all data types, all data that is being saved in either in Excel or in any spreadsheet or in a database, they should have a hard schema. Unlike videos, songs, and images, they don't have any schema, so they cannot be saved in this structured data type or the databases. That is why they have these kind of limitations. So how we can overcome these limitations? So next solution for that can be semi-structured data types or unstructured data types. So let's start with the semi-structured data. So semi-structured data doesn't mean that it does not have any schema. It does have schema, but it is not that tightly bound with that schema, like a table of the SQL or like a Excel spreadsheet. And some examples for this are like HTML tags, metadata, XML files, JSON, and all. So let's see those examples now. So here is a JSON code for us. Now you would be thinking why we are calling it a unstructured data or semi-structured data type. The reason over here is like we can see corresponding to title we are directly providing a value, then according for type also we have directly provided a value, then corresponding to properties there is a kind of array over here which then contains key value pairs in that. And if I would have been trying to represent this data in SQL databases, then there would have been several tables, like one corresponding to title, type, properties, and for each property, I would be having a different row and having a duplicate value for title and type for that. And similarly, required values will also be duplicated over there. So this kind of JSON format or this kind of semi-structured data prevents us from replication of data and overhead of creating different or multiple tables, you can say. And at present time, JSON data is very popular. Most of the APIs use JSON data as their output. Even the Facebook data is in the backend is saved in JSON format. You can also have metadata in document. So metadata can be anything like how many words are there, how many characters are there in the document. That is what we mean by metadata. However, if I am talking about a complete document, then that is a unstructured data type, not a semi-structured one. Only the metadata comes under the umbrella of semi-structured. And even in the Word documents, we can see the semi-structured data or the metadata that is over here in this red box, like properties, size not saved yet, pages 6 pages, words 54, total and editing time less than 0 minutes, you can say, title or text, anything added, none. And at what time it was created? It was created today at 6:52. So this is the metadata which comes under the umbrella of semi-structured data. And if we talk about the limitations of semi-structured data, they are also somewhat similar to that of structured data. However, one advantage that we saw in the semi-structured data was ease of saving the data or ease of representing the data in the form of JSON data, which is helping us or preventing us from creating multiple tables, and even the metadata can be saved. So ease of exploring data in a storage is being provided by semi-structured data. Then comes the unstructured data. Everything left after, you can say, structure and semi-structure, that is unstructured data. There is no structure at all over there. For example, videos, Netflix videos, YouTube videos, or the phone call that we are making, they all come under structured data. The biggest thing is it is very versatile. How is it versatile? It can be edited at any point of time. Like unlike structured data, we had a schema, and data was very tightly bound with the schema, and the cost of updating that data was very high. However, that cost is minimal or negligible in the case of unstructured data. So let's see some examples of the unstructured data. Videos, like YouTube videos, Netflix videos, or audio files, or the music files, you can say, any kind of data, not just metadata, and web information, complete web pages, you can say, and log files of any software or application that you are using in your mobile, or even the telephonic conversations that we are doing, the messages that we are sending from one person to another, they are also part of unstructured data. Even the voice calls that we are making are part of unstructured data. And points to be noted about unstructured data are like it is very flexible and it is ready to change at any moment. So the cost of changing the data, or you can say the schema which does not present over, which is not over here, is negligible. Secondly, the most of the data that that is being generated today I would say even 90% data or even more than that is unstructured data. And and it is the greatest challenge for the data engineers as well to use this data and help data analysts to learn the insight or help analysts to get the proper insight from this data, because maximum information is stored in unstructured data only. Now, last but not the least is the streaming data. You can say a data which is continuously flowing, a stream of data that is flowing. For example, you can say a live video stream or live streaming of news, or you can say the data that is not at rest at all. It is just coming and coming and coming. That is what we mean by streaming data. And or you can say the data that need to be analyzed on the moment that we have received it. That is what the streaming data is. And examples of streaming data are like Netflix or YouTube videos. The point over here is like streaming data not necessarily has to be a live stream data. It can be YouTube and Netflix data as well, because we are watching videos live through our internet on YouTube and Netflix, and the data is being transferred to us in the form of batches, small batches, I would say. So that is also a part of streaming data. And data from IoT sensors, even we can perform the customer sentiment analysis in within a shop with the help of their facial expressions, and the GPS data that you use while navigating your directions from one location to another, that is also a streaming data. And even the server network data, like how much traffic is there in the server and in which direction the traffic is moving, like from which IP to which another IP, that is also part of streaming data. So guys, thank you and have a nice day. Please do subscribe, comment and share. Please feel free to comment and let me know what else you want to study over here. And this was just a beginning of the Azure data engineering path, and we will be covering a lot, like all the services that are being provided in the Azure and how we can use them to complete our jobs with the help of that. So please stay tuned and please do like the video. Hope you loved it. Thank you. Have a nice day.